Alright, guys, let's watch this and talk about it after.
Oh my goodness!
Mom.
What a pleasant surprise!
Yes,
I wasn't expecting you, Cassie.
I know, Mom.
Oh my darling. Are you here for the long vacation?
Well, not exactly. We're here to stay.
Okay, to stay for the holidays.
I'm done with marriage.
Cassie, you're such a clown. Tell me, when is Kelvin coming to visit?
I'm serious, Mom. Kelvin and I are getting a divorce.
Getting what?
I can't continue, Mom. We're done.
Can you tell me that?
Mom, I told you I'm done. All right?
Look, please, just explain it to me. What is it your husband has done that you have to leave him?
Kelvin is dissatisfied with everything I do. All right? He's always nagging about this or that, and I'm tired.
Why won't he nag? You do nothing. What man would tolerate that?
That's not just it, okay? Kelvin is either complaining about me being boring in bed, or he's saying that the food is not tasty.
Please just go back. You said what? You're boring in bed? What? Explain to me.
Mom, what else? There's nothing to explain that someone caught him cheating, okay? He was there kissing another lady on the forehead, the exact place he kisses me, and I'm supposed to be fine with that?
Did you see him? I mean, did you catch him red-handed?
Mom, I saw a picture.
A picture? I will call him and speak to him. Until then, I don't have anything to say to you on this matter. Oh, my baby, Josh. Oh, Granny missed you so much. You miss me? Steph, I guess you heard about your sister. Thank God you're here to talk some sense into her. Hey, you. What are all these? Who are these boxes for?
Mommy, they are for me. I am done.
Hey, Sissy! Hi! Oh, Sissy! See my baby! Mama!
Wait. Let me just...
Mommy, I am done. I am so done with that bondage called marriage. Yes! I'm done with having a man who doesn't care about my needs. All he cares about is the house chores, do this, Please, I just want my old life back. Huh?
Did you even consider Mama when you were doing all this?
Is Mama going to be in this marriage?
Mommy, you need to be more understanding, seriously. Think about our welfare. If you had gone through half of what we are going through in our homes, you won't be raining praises on Daddy every day. And he was like the perfect man ever.
Says who? Huh? Your father was nothing near perfect. Your father was a good man. And that was all I needed to be patient and forgiving with him. He had almost all the vices. Your father smoked at some point. He lost his job at some point. He was dead broke for years. But I covered up for him because I loved him. Your father even slapped me once. But he promised never to do it again. And I didn't stand for being beaten up. I always spoke up. But I did not just pack up my things and leave the house like you two have done, just at the drop of a hat. Marriage is for better or worse, unless there's threat to life.
Alright, guys, so let's talk about this one, high tides. Now, this really has to do with marriage. You know, before we start, I know there's this current notion that marriages are now different. Men are not what they used to be in the past, you know, and of course, because of that, women kind of see marriages from a different angle. Now, the truth is this: back in the days, during our mothers and grandmothers, when they were married, one thing was the same, that men were still men. Now, what do I mean by that? Men would still demand respect. Men would still be expected to provide. Men would still mess up now and then, you know, display attitudes that are, you know, not the best. So, yes, there are scenarios where, you know, we could say that, you know, back in the days that there was more shame leaving the family or getting divorced. But the truth is that all those things that we come across now and we can no longer tolerate as women, these things were still there back in those days. So the question is, how is it now being received? When you get offended in a relationship, there's one expectation, that you open your mouth and speak up. And then, of course, give them a little explanation, one or two, why they did offend you. In most cases, communication has been that bridge that people have failed to form or build in their relationships. When somebody that offends you don't know that they offended you, it's very easy for them to keep on moving on like nothing happened, because as far as they're concerned, nothing happened. Bring it up, discuss about it, and squash it at that time. Because when you do that, for one, you heal. You heal because you don't carry it in your heart anymore. You have, lifted it off your chest, and now it's open for resolution. Now, let's get back to this whole marriage thing. The thing about marriage these days is that people still go in with that whole oath of for better, for worse. But the truth is that they are not ready for the worse. You get into marriage, you are just thinking about maybe the ceremony at that time, or maybe the notion to get married. And then once you're in the marriage, zero tolerance. It's like you have been there, done that, check, let's move on. No, that's not what it should be. Marriage is not easy on any level. It's not, because these are two people that don't know each other from Adam, that came together with their own goals and aspirations, trying to unite to be one family. So the whole idea of expecting anybody to be perfect should be thrown out the window. And understand that people have different personalities. I don't want to call it transactional, but everybody comes into a marriage with some level of expectation from their partner. Love, protection, financial security. It could be that, it could be many other things. But the bottom line is that whatever it is, it's not always going to turn out the exact way that you thought it would. That's why it's a good idea to bring up things when they happen and let the two of you sit down and talk about it. When you get married, that's exactly when there's more need for understanding, more need for tolerance, more need for endurance. Because when you guys come together, the first thing you're going to realize is that there's two different personalities that are turning into one. And it's expected that there's going to be some differences. The ultimate goal should not be when there's a small problem to up and leave, because that's what's happening a lot. Now, we do still have a lot of females that believe in that notion of marriage, and they try to make it work, and that's what it should be. Men should be the same thing. Your first goal shouldn't always be, if you can't do this, then that's it, we're done. No. Try to understand their point of view and let them understand yours with open mind, because everybody is different. Now, as you guys can see in that movie, once something came up, those daughters just left, came back to the house, and they were ready to settle and just continue living their lives. One said that she was tired of just doing house chores. As if there's a point where in your life you would stop house chores, And the other, of course, I don't even know their reason, but it was still flimsy. Now, one thing I will encourage anybody is that when you're in marriage, you have to understand that you are thinking for two people. As much as you want to do what you want to do, it doesn't work like that once you are in marriage. You have to make those concessions. You have to understand that at this point, you are not alone in this thing. So what am I trying to say in essence here? The girls of these days, even the guys of these days, they have to be more accommodating. They have to be more understanding. Communicate. Don't expect that people know what they need to know. Talk about it, and let that positive energy flow between you guys. Because you see, when you don't talk about things, it builds up in your heart. And after a while of building up in your heart, it's going to give way to hatred if it's not communicated out. So, ladies, gentlemen, in order to keep your marriage going, you have to understand that you are dealing with somebody that's from a totally different background from you. Somebody that might not understand you, but since you guys are already in something together forever, they are gonna have to learn to understand you. In that way, when you're living your life, you are not just living your life for you. You are living your life for your new family. That will be all for this one, guys. The link to the movie is going to be at the bottom. If you've not watched it, please feel free to go and watch that movie. It's a beautiful movie. If you love content like this, please like, share, follow, subscribe. This is CJ from Magnetic Studios, and I'm here to deliver sense.